relapse doesn't mean you're starting over. It means you're starting small.
Oh, I like that. The previous experience with sobriety, it was not for nothing. And that's part of that toxic shame and guilt. I threw all of that away. Oh, I threw my sobriety away. Oh, they're not going to want me back. That's the pride in reverse that we talk about a lot. That's my ego. That's my pride. So I was 5 months, 20 days sober, bro. And my advisor at the time said, I need you to go get a job. And I was like, no problem. And you know how we are. I came back with 3. And he was like, now I need you to pick one. And I was like, no, I'm going to do all 3. And he was like, that's not a good idea. And I was like, well, I'll show you that I could do it. I'll prove you wrong. So I was working about 80 hours a week. I had 5 months, 20 days sober. And my brain said cocaine would make this a lot easier. You're trying to burn yourself to a crisp. So I returned to my addiction. It was cocaine first and alcohol second. And it took me it took me another 2 weeks to get back into the hospital, drinking the way we drink and partying the way we party. And I'm very grateful for that experience because it taught me Dwayne running on self-will, trying to do it Dwayne's way, will lead me to death. I got as close to dying as I ever want to get with my addiction.
And isn't it funny when you look at relapsing, how hard you went in 2 weeks? It took you 2 weeks to get to the hospital. It's the same on the on the other side. You have to recommit that hard.
I picked up and never stopped. I picked up, the common saying is, well, your disease is in the parking lot doing push-ups, just fucking waiting for you. That's true. The truth. If my disease is in the parking lot doing push-ups, just waiting for me to I have to be as vigilant on the spiritual side, doing as much spiritual push-ups as I can do to be ready to combat that motherfucker, to combat that beast waiting for me in the parking lot. Because that beast's going to come. The thoughts are going to come.
Yes.
Are you going to be prepared? Is your spirituality going to be as powerful or more powerful than that old pattern behavior?
Yeah, and I think it's important. People need to double down. You got to double down on the spiritual work, the spiritual growth. And an action item for this that I want people to understand is just go ahead and plan your next 3 meetings. Go all in.
Go all in. I love that.
And then that's your commitment. For the 3 days, if you got to go to 3 meetings in 1 day, whatever it is, plan your just get those next 3 meetings, and that's your top priority, period.
That might be the best advice we could give, bro. Double down on your recovery.
Recommit as hard as you went on your relapse.
Yes.
Go that hard on the recommit.
Shit, if you went half as hard, you'd do fucking great.
And then we just have just 2 more, and then we're going to call it this one because we're giving a lot of steps here. I want people to understand also that you need to stop waiting for motivation.